Agree heading into this?
Really feel like it's the strong. I think he gets bursted. Harry said there's no magical burst damage this game, but this Primal Beast being the mid lane, I think alongside the Grimstroke, they have more than enough damage. There's no save on quest. I have my doubts here. Noob's gonna have to play out of his mind. If he does get a lot of farm, right, eventually you get a Death Shroud, Eternal Shroud, you get U Scepter, and might be able to handle Liga. But this seems like in a game where you can quickly snowball off of the lanes.
Yeah, I wonder what the build is going to be for Noob on the Death Prophet as well. We're seeing, I think this is also a hero currently that people aren't too happy with the current item build. Like they haven't particularly worked out what the best route is to go for. And in the game that Milan was mentioning about Noob playing the Death Prophet earlier today, going 8-0, he went for some like Eternal Shroud, Witchblade, Halberd, Blink build. So yeah, so that's one I have been seeing a little bit more even before like Prasma got really strong, where it was someone in China that was attempting, and actually I think maybe Setsu was going for like Treads, Witchblade into like Scepter, Moonshard like later on, and if you needed an armor item like Shiva's. So it just, yeah, that was before Prasma though, so people were still already attempting, you know, that with the high attack speed with the Scepter to work around it. But I don't know. I thought this hero would be kind of strong with how good Eternal Shroud looked and Shiva's, but we didn't really get a lot of Death Prophet in that patch.
Yeah, that's true. I think the problem with Eternal Shroud is that it's kind of a second item type thing, and Death Prophet is a really squishy hero, right? So, from most EPs I've seen in this patch, they rush you Scepter first, and then they got something else. And there's value in Scepter this game, but I feel like it still keeps you really squishy against all of the burst damage, the Pugna Amplify. I'm very curious to see what Noob's gonna do. If maybe you just rush a Kaya Sanji instead. Whatever he goes for, I think you can't really lose your lanes too hard on Quest, or you might really be in trouble. You only rely on the Stampede as a safe for you.
And well, that Stampede is going to be kind of nullified thanks to the arena that you have here for the Mars. So really going to have to look to see how the offlane is going to be able to play for Liga, and how much impact we get out of him. And I mean, there's so much value out of the Inkswell this game as well, you know, with 3 initiating heroes on Dire.
And the Dispel as well, the Silence, the Frostbite. Obviously the Shackle and the Hoof Stomp's not going to be removed, but there's still the Shard on L1GA is going to be really important. Probably something he gets minute 16. And yeah, as you said, I wonder if this is the game where you really go for a faster blink on Var, because it has so much value to stop what the Stampede's supposed to do.
Now, what do we feel like are some of the upsides that Quest have? Because again, we heard the panel saying, you mentioned that you feel like this Liga draft is your favorite here in the best of 1, but what are some of the advantages that Quest 5-man can bring to the table?
I think first of all, they just have a little bit of faster tempo in taking towers. The only real hero can attempt that is the Pugna on Liga, and it's a position 5. So this Death Prophet, they might be able to get the first towers on PSG Quest. Minute 8, probably use the first exorcism. Minute 10, do it again. This could open up the map and kind of pressure the areas where the Sven can farm, right? There we go. Yeah, and I think that's really, like, if you can actually get fast tempo, contest the ancient stacks that Liga probably wants to build for Ramses, that's how you can utilize this quest lineup to just never give Sven the time to get those initial items.
Okay. So that first blood's definitely going to help Ramses. Is on one of his better heroes as well, I think, in recent time. We brought up the Alchemist yesterday when we were watching Liga, and of course we got to see him play the Sven yesterday too. So unfortunately wasn't able to get that victory on the board. It'll put you now in a position when you're in this you're in the losers match. So actually a win will at least give you the opportunity to play in a best of 3 later today. But you'd love to be able to make it to the playoffs, and we've got to keep in mind 50,000 for that first place. So we'll see. Yeah, they set themselves up well though currently with the lanes. Everything looking pretty solid for Liga.
Yeah, for sure. That game it was already night and day because I think Ramses fed first blood. This game he gets it. They do have a fair amount of burst damage, but Sven pretty tanky. I think the hero that kinda should be more careful here is Spontaman. He can definitely die if he's out of position. But Sven, as long as you keep your HP full, you're healthy. You don't really care too much. Yeah, like looking at the lanes, the first thing that is kind of noticeable is Ver struggling a little bit CS wise, but it's not like TA2000 is doing that hot either. I would say that the laning stage change is even probably favors Liga. I do feel like Quest wants to be ahead. They have honestly pretty scary lanes. You're supposed to probably feed off of that. The fact that it gets the first blood, pretty good for them. Well, speaking of losing the lane,
Yeah, maybe bottom lane as well. L1GA
ooh,
will be chased down to Carlos with the long range Frostbite. This spell just does so much damage even level 1. I mean, this Crystal Maiden. Some of the... it is interesting though. Dekalis didn't go for that Arcane Aura level 2, which we are seeing a lot of the CMs do currently, so we will see a bit of a lack of mana. I mean, he's got a huge creep wave though, so level 3 is going to be picked up shortly, I suppose.
I think it was Milan talking about how the mana cost changed a little bit with the hero. But yeah, if you can actually just get those early mangoes and abuse the 2 spells, it is so much damage. Most supports can't withstand that. I'm impressed that Noob is actually making this lane really hard for Rebel. He is actually falling behind significantly here. Almost a 10 CF gap, but kind of a rotation here. Maybe they can find something.
They need to do it now before this Exorcism is online for the Death Prophet. And I mean, with the combo like this, Inkspell charge into the middle. Rabel easily going to be able to secure the first kill. Now, tier 2000, he's still going to be able to fight back, though. Even on Mars, going to look to try and TP, but the blast off does connect. In a couple seconds, they're going to have another round of the power shot. Actually, nice sidestep. They're going to be able to miss out some of the damage here for the Wind Ranger. Actually considering about going back around, because Rabel hasn't left the area just yet, and with the slam of the shield, they're going to guarantee another kill.
I'm surprised Rebel, when he initiated there, he could have probably killed TA2000. He had the Inkwell, but he just ended up going for a full duration for the Kalis. But no, just it doesn't matter that much. They still get 2 kills, but the mid tower now with the catapult. Oh, and they also lost Malik. This is a lot of damage being done to the mid tower.
I like this from L1GA a lot. Okay, no man. It was looking to try and drag the next creep wave. Would have been really important to try and keep this tower alive, but unfortunately not the case. And this is the big thing about the Primal Beast rotating out of the lane. Yeah. I mean, you had the ability to do it before Noob hit level 6, but unfortunately you're stuck around for that extra kill, which might be a bit of a question to ask on, was it worth that kill? Because then you left the tower, you didn't have resources to go back and defend it. And our first Exorcism for Noob is able to convert onto a pretty big objective, and they're even considering about going for Rabel as well. Frostbite's going to be able to stop the onslaught away. Have they got the damage though before he gets back to the safety of the T2 tower? They're going to be able to cut him down from afar, so with a triple range PSG Quest, find another big kill to really enable Noob.
Yeah, pretty sure the rotation isn't worth it to give away your tower like this. I mean, it was very beautifully done by Noob. He was tanking a lot of the tower hits. He used the Spirit Stifle to really make sure he was like as close as possible to the tower. You rarely see Exorcism being able to take a full tower like that. Ever since they nerfed the damage, right? Because it was bugged for a long time. The last time TP was really popular, it dealt like 75% extra damage for some reason. So yeah, maybe, I don't know if he was just like close range to the tower the entire time, but he dealt an absurd amount of damage for level 1 Exorcism.
I think it definitely helped that it was a catapult wave and he tanked the tower for a little bit of time to keep that Cardi alive as well. So gonna see Noob is actually going Atos this game as well, so a bit of a different switch in regards to the item build. And how do we feel about it with the long range catch? Do you feel like that is something that is required out of them, as we will see Noob actually top the invis?
Yeah, I do feel like catch is a little bit of a problem. We're gonna need that Blink Dagger on Malik, and Just in general, DP loves the tankiness, right? We were talking about something that allows him to soak more damage. So it's an interesting balance here between catch and HP. I don't have any problem with it. I wouldn't say DP is a hero that likes upgrading it to Gleipnir though. But it's kind of wonky to have this item. It also doesn't give you mana regen, which is another big problem of the hero. But they are honestly snowballing so fast off of this that I don't think it matters.
Maybe that mana regen is going to... The issue is going to be fixed thanks to having the Crystal Maiden as well, so that potentially can free up a bit of the item build here for Noob. So we'll see. This second EXO of the game, and doesn't look like Liga are really considering about bringing anyone nearby. Medic still...
You're right. They're so weak right now. This Primal, like, doesn't even have phase boots. I kind of agree that they don't defend this tower, but it's like... This is honestly faster than expected. I thought they're gonna get the first tower minute 8, maybe the second tower minute 10. Then it's already like he's farmed, but his map's gonna shrink pretty quick.
Trying to see what we can get out of Liga here coming up shortly. I mean, Rams is at least he's getting his farm, but gonna be a while away for the Blink Dagger on the Mars. Again, like we brought up earlier, Grimstroke is going to be a pivotal reason of why they can get killers in this game. So L1GA needs to get some experience. Maybe he'd love gold as well so he can buy the shard a little bit earlier than the Tormentor, but he's really struggling to find any bit of farm.
Yeah. I mean, they tried to go for stacks as well, but L1GA, he did miss the last couple of stacks he ended up going for. Now they're trying to occupy the top area here. But there's already some vision from Quest. I don't think they're going to be able to do much. Well, they find Malik.
I don't know. He's not easy. 12-1 charges, Healing Lotus as well. 2 supports playing behind him, so it looks like someone's pinging. I don't know if that was actually PSG Quest that were pinging or if it was Dire anticipating that ward location. They are going to think about going through the portal though, but no one's currently bottom, and they do actually see Tier 2000 underneath this cliff ward, so maybe they might be able to actually convert on the kill. Nice scan though.
Oh, so perfectly done, damn. Yeah, that's not gonna work. And in fact, they are smoking to try and combat this, so the Wind Ranger is still away from the ward vision, but will have allies. Oh, they're by themselves though.
It's an Arcane Rune Death Prophet. This is a fight that Noob wants to be involved in, and Liga, they recognize it. You're instantly looking to try and dip out. Noob is getting to a stage where he is going to be an issue. He's actually shied away from this Atos, so is going down the Eternal Shroud build, so really looking to tank up early on and not going down a little bit more catch route that he was initially thinking about.
I do like this more. I think you solve the mana regen just because of the active effect of the item, and it is such a good item on DP. You get the HP, you get the magic resistance. Pretty much all of the early damage there is magical. And now they're gonna go for the next tower. They somehow still have a catapult bottom here. I'm not sure why. Maybe I think they ended up going for a pull or something. But yeah, once again, no response. This Primal Beast doesn't even have a Blade Mail. He's actually so poor in Rebel. Damn. I didn't expect this matchup to be this one-sided. And I'm questioning if Noob just played it really well or if it really is that hard for the Primal.
Gotta say though, like for a Death Prophet to have success in a game, the fact that your first 3 exorcisms of this game you convert onto objectives, like that is the most ideal position for you to be in. Which is the Shackle from Tier 2000, just a little short to connect.
Yeah, well, the burst aspect that we were scared of is still doing really well. Ramses didn't die. He's 2-0-0. He's actually extremely farmed. It's all going to be down on Liga finding a good fight where, you know, whether it's going to be a Blink Dagger or a BKB that Ramses has, allows them to kill Noob. You cannot allow him to keep on getting towers like this with every EXO. Hopefully they're not going to fight with this hate on the DP though, because then it's probably impossible to ever kill Noob.
Pantomime? It's up to just some shenanigans of the Pugner trying to kill the tower. Actually, will get in his may even live as well. So it's nice for them. They're able to open up the map finally. This is something that the panel was bringing up with the advantage that the Pugner is able to bring towards a draft. We are seeing this game stall out a little bit. Like you said, I mean, Sven's getting incredibly farmed, but that is the only core that is having a good time currently. I mean, you're halfway to Blink on the Mars. Again, the Primal Beast is very much struggling as well for Rabel, so... And we could be looking at a pretty early Roche as well if you really want to for PSG Quest. Maybe you might want to wait for that second level in the Exorcism, but you might even still be able to just go for it before that.
Yeah, true. I think they can definitely go for it. So far, it feels like their plan is to use this Haste Exo to get a kill, and they might just find Rebel if they're lucky. No, because he actually should be fine. Yeah, the big timing that's gonna come for Liga is going to be this. It's going to be the BKB on the Sven. So if you're going to wait for that, you probably have to give away another tower because Noob, yeah, already using the Exo mid here.
Little bit premature from Noob. And I guess you're going to be able to get some damage into the tier 2 tower. You'll occupy this area, the jungle as well, so taking some of the farm away, but this is... sometimes you're going to have one Exo that doesn't work out, right?
True. I mean, what it does, it forces everyone back besides the Sven, so now you're sure that everyone's not farming, and you are actually taking a lot of the dire farm at the same time with the rest of your heroes, so it's not that much of a waste. At the same time, though, with this Blink Dagger about to be finished on Mars, I think it does open up a window if, if Ramses is willing to fight without his BKB being finished. In fact, never mind, he's actually about to finish it as well. This is a huge timing for Liga if they can use it.
And their lanes are in a pretty good position as well. L1GA actually has bottom getting shoved out.
Yeah, true. Like, he can disassemble the Echo. Alright, so it's BKB and Blink flying out to Liga. As long as you deal with these wards, these aggressive wards they were able to place, so that you smoke without them having vision of you, this could still be pretty ideal. It's a 70-second... Oh, yeah, you're right. They don't do ward, actually.
Well, bottom lane, who are they on? Looks like L1GA getting chased down from Malik with Omar nearby as well. I was going to say this was all lining up perfectly as well, because I was looking to see like where they try and make a play on the map as mid. Actually, hang on, Frostbite out, regardless. The chain control, make sure there is no escape for Rabel's Primal Beast, and the timings that we were wanting out of Liga, they were there, but you just get picked off a couple times across the map. Now, by the time you're back alive, this Exo is going to be ready for Noob.
Exactly. Yeah, very unfortunate. I'm not sure why they were not willing to fight, because as I said, all the timings were there. They were even together in the map. It's not like Ramses was too far away from the team. Maybe just some miscommunication there. And what's gonna allow is that the next fight will have Exo. We will also have an amplified damage DP that might have level 2 OT as well.
Top lane, who have they found? All right, Pantomime. I still pick me up, but let's see if they do Roche off the back of that.
Right, they will de-ward the big jungle ward here. Oh, will they? Oh, it's off mark.
Oh no.
Oh, it's so close.
Dire are scanning.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. That is actually like a pixel away.
Did he? Okay, so did Ramses didn't disassemble the Echo?
Yeah. Yeah, when
Interesting.
the Primal died, I think he just decided to keep on farming, so he never actually he never actually finished it out. They are smoking without him though on the top part. I wonder how Ramses can connect to that.
I don't know if you can. Maybe you TP to the outpost, but
Yeah, maybe that's a good play, right? If you actually can sneak Roshan yourself with this. Oh well. Yeah, weird play. I don't know. I'm not sure what they're doing. Ramses. Okay, finally he runs towards his team.
is it not obvious? Like, look at the mid wave.
Yeah, it is pretty obvious.
You still have this ward too again, so you're seeing two camps that no one's been farming. You see Malik's current position, tier 2000's farming like very defensively under this top tier 1 tower. Bit of a awkward smoke from Liga.
Yeah, Ramses decides to equalize mid, but once again, it's really hard for him to connect if a fight starts. He doesn't have blink still. I mean, the gold advantage is still pretty even, right? So it's not like... I feel like the later... So, yeah, it's weird. The later it goes up until like 40 minutes, I feel like this actually benefits Liga. It felt at the beginning that Quest was going to snowball this harder than they actually have. But I think if it goes past 40 minutes, then you kind of get the advantage again for Quest. And in fact, they will get that rush we're talking about. Just took them a little bit.
Yeah, I was going to say, I was a little bit surprised they weren't forcing Roche, but maybe they were just waiting for the BKB on tier 2000 and the Witchblade as well for Noob, just in case if a fight did break out. They don't even need to use the Axo though, so this is a big thing. You're still going to have this one online. Let's see if they give the Aegis to. We'll be tier 2000. Wind Ranger having that second life to work with. And now what is the call for Liga? You're already a little bit worried about fighting. I mean, you tried to take something, but weren't able to catch anyone out on the map, and now as a result you kind of missed that little bit of a window you had where your power spike was a bit further ahead than Quest, and now you have to go up to this big Aegis advantage. Meanwhile, mid lane should be able to run into L1GA, and we've got the Mars standing nearby, but the spear comes out too late, and now
Sven's
Mars
here
as well he's praying for some assistance. Ramses jump over the top with the God Strength damage. They get rid of Noob. That's a big kill for them to find. Quest, though, still looking for the turnaround. Tier 2000, playing the outskirts of the team fight. Blinks at the ready, though. Mars going to try and find an angle. It's actually up to Rabel to get the jump in. Now they still have the arena to catch up to Malik. Ramses again finds the angle. Starts to slam away the health of Malik. And that is the team fight that we've been waiting for on Liga.
All right. Yeah, that was really good. It felt like, you know, it was only going to be a L1GA death, but because Ramses just got his Blink Dagger, they're able to connect, and that's the weird thing. Even though DP is not necessarily the Aegis hero you want, I feel like you cannot fight with Quest if the DP is dead. Because, you know, Wind Ranger, her OT is a Focus Fire, you know, it's a single target spell. You're only going to get one kill, even if you have the Aegis. So it's kind of a tough position. I think this is why I didn't like the DP pick too much. It's a weird last pick. I don't think it gave them what they needed. I think you needed something that is high tempo like DP, but maybe doesn't have the cooldowns that DP has. I feel like as soon as you get it once, it's hard to kind of force your position to get into the tier 2s, and this definitely allowed Liga to bounce back. You still might scale better than them. What happened?
I don't know if you're watching mid lane. Malik, they were smoked up, and he... It's a classic, you stun before blink sometimes, so...
They did get a shard onto Varro, actually. Yeah, that's a pretty good one. Double spear.
Is under attack.
Too bad of a neutral item as well with the Bo1. They're going to help out a lot with the movement speed. A little bit with positioning for the Mars to find those angles, but still, they've got this Aegis on PSG Quest, and they're still feeling relatively strong. All their ultimates back online. Tier 2 tower under siege. Liga looking to try and set up a formation, though. They currently don't have Ramses.
Yeah, he does have a TP, and they're gonna glyph, so there's definitely a chance for a fight here. They're gonna smoke around. He could TP to the tier 2 tower. No scan on the Radiant side, but they are aware.
He needs to be there straight away, though.
Yeah.
If he TP's late, it's going to be difficult for them,
Ooh,
and
no.
they're going to miss the spear as well. Meanwhile as well, Malik finds a double initiation over to the northern side, but finally Ramses shows up, and it's a lot of damage. They'll cut down Noob, and now Ramses can turn to the rest of the heroes. What can they do on the response from Quest? Tier 2000 so has the BKB to protect him.
The crap.
But have fun with your focus fire when the decrep is going to be there. Ramses deals with the backline support. And now the cause, they're in a lot of danger. Rabel's going to be able to chase down this Wind Ranger. Looks like Malik is fine as well. Ramses came in the nick of time.
Ooh, wow.
Oh, they got him. Oh, they got him. All right, Liga. Add a 5th to the tally. Centaur's going to go down as well.
I don't know how you itemize this DP to survive these fights. Like, you even have some armor for the Witchblade. You're supposed to be really tanky, but Sven, like, 4 shots to DP. There's no time for that Siphon to really give him enough time. I don't know. It feels like these team fights are impossible. Like, that's the best case scenario. The smoke breaks, they miss the smoke, they have a high ground ward. Ramses is honestly pretty late, and they still take that fight super convincingly.
Yeah, I mean, your initiation doesn't go the way you're hoping for on Liga. With that arena, you're able to react in time, but it didn't matter in the end. I mean, very impressive. I really was a bit concerned on like Ramses if he came just a couple seconds too late to the fight, where Quest would already have a numbers advantage by then, but it was not the case at all. Came again at the perfect timing, exactly when they needed him, and this is up to a 6,000 net worth lead now, where really this strong start that Noob had on the Death Prophet, we're not feeling it, and I don't know when we're going to now. He's going BKB next item, but it's not particularly going to help you against a lot of the issues you have currently with the Sven.
Yeah, I really don't like this BKB. To me, the reason he's dying is he gets pulverized. There's like the only way to cancel the pulverize is either a shackle shot or a hoof stomp. Both spells pretty hard to land like in the heat of a fight where most of the spells were already used. And you're still gonna be pulverized through BKB, and the physical damage of the Sven is still gonna be there. So I don't know. I don't think there's necessarily an easy choice that you can go for on the DP, and that's why I dislike this pick. I think it's just you're not mobile enough to withstand this, Sven. Maybe, you know, a Puck or a Quap would be able to blink out in time and not die, but for the DP, there's nothing that you can really do. It's only the Stampede, but they're using it aggressively most of the fights, not for the DP to, you know, reposition.
He's got Bloodthorn now.
Yeah.
He's so farmed. Like, what is this net worth?
He is gigantic.
Radiant's
They're
top
gonna
tower
smoke.
is under attack.
Alright.
Radiant are scanning.
Oh, if they find Noob again, that could be...
It's a bit of a odd smoke though. They thought that potentially Quest was starting to transition towards the top side of the map. They went the opposite direction. Maybe they thought they were, you know, trying to bait this creep wave at the front of the T1 tower. No one was showing there as well. So there's a lot of time that Liga are currently wasting.
Yeah, if they smoke in a pretty repeated pattern as well. It's always the 4 heroes Ramses shows in the lane, and then he joins. So he likes to, you know, give vision, kind of make it less obvious, but at the same time, I wouldn't say their smokes were smooth this game. Some of them were pretty obvious. They are going to try and invade here. No Wisdom Rune, or they only have this Catapult Wave.
Really first time we've seen them invade though. A lot of the fights have been on their half of the map.
Yeah. BKB on Rebel now. He definitely recovered from that terrible laning stage. Even has a gem.
Radiant are scanning.
They're coming with the wraparound. Ishi Quest.
Oh, that Radiant scan. Really odd, right?
Maybe thinking they may have TP'd back.
Oh, hello.
2000 miss on the initiation once again. And now they're able to get on top of Ramses. That's going to stop the blink dagger.
Oh,
Shackle
no.
as well as perfect. TA2000 locking Ramses into place. They've been able to retreat back up to the high ground. And you see how hesitant Quest are. Both sides committed to big ultimates. Ramses actually wants to find an angle to reinitiate. Did they see him pop the God Strength? I'm not quite sure if they did.
I don't think they did. Yeah, there's only a Dire Ward in the high ground, but they were still... yeah, I guess it's probably better safe than sorry, right? You already pop your OT. It's like half duration. Might as well be thankful that nothing worse came out of that fight. Their Roche respawn timer will not punish them from using Exo that way. It's everyone's gonna have a chance to have all spells, and it might It's gonna be real close to the Radiant side, but there's gonna be like a window on the top area.
But Eric on the Mars is having a little bit of difficulty with being able to find some of these arenas that they're requiring out of in some of these team fights. So let's see how he's going to be able to perform in this kind of second half of the game.
Radiant's
It is a lot of the control that they have on Liga.
Yeah, I mean, the initiations they're trying for are very risky too. Like there's no vision. It's nighttime, so I don't really blame him for missing the initiations. I think the idea behind it is probably the wrong part. Like you're trying to initiate at nighttime like that against a very mobile hero like Wind Ranger. It's not gonna be an easy job. But they do get control over the Roche area here. I wonder if Quest is gonna try. Like they have a lot of mines in their triangle. So they just committed a lot of resources to control it. But it's not necessarily where you want to fight now. You really don't want to give Roche away for Liga.
Seems like Quest again are going to use his time just to
Dire's middle
farm
tower
up
is under
the opposite side of the map. You've got Melee getting relatively close to Shiva's, and it's still a pretty hefty recipe cost. Noob is working on the Blink Dagger, tier 2000. Nullify next item for him. He does have this Nemesis Curse, so increased in damage output, but also, of course, the Glass Cannon.
Dire are scanning.
Bottom lane, they're actually setting up onto Melik. So the front of the T2 tower, Rabel's got perfect chain control, but the rest of the team just slightly too late with the teleports. Ramses, though, comes from the opposite direction. He's a little bit hesitant,
Middle
though.
tower is under attack.
All right, good slow with the power shot. Ramses didn't really want to commit BKB to kill that techies. There's going to be a nullifier kind of soon on TA2000. That's huge for the armor on this Ven and even the Decrepify from the Pugna.
It's so important that Radiant are able to get set up first with the techies mines. Rabel's going to try and pop some of them. Have they got a ward to place down as well? Pantomime, no vision. What about Quest 2? They're actually going to try and path back to their own observe ward up on this cliff. So this could be scary. Let's see. If Ramses commits God Strength, then PSG Quest might be able to take the fight after Roche goes down. There's probably a big reason why Ramses is not using the ultimate.
Yeah, exactly. But he is going to lose some HP here. Ducali smokes breaks. He finds Ver. Yeah, they know this is happening.
They need the power shot to scout.
There you go.
There it is.
I got vision. Now Ramses does get the healing. Not even using the Blowthorn. So calm here.
I mean, eyes on Mars. This is
he
where
has
he can
blink.
potentially come back to the game and help the boys. He's going to be able to get the stun first. Now Ramses blows up the Centaur. And now Rabel as well is on the secondary heroes. That's a better arena. You lock down one, forcing a preemptive BKB from TA2000 as this will convert a team fight into Roshan for Liga. They're hoping to get more. Fortunately, Omar will be able to TP out. Looks like everyone else on Quest survives as well.
That was, to me, pretty much the summary of how Liga played this game. So patient, so chill. Like, you go Roshan S5, you don't use your Blowthorn, you don't use your Hammer, you don't use your OT. They're just like, no, we're gonna bait them here, and we will eventually get the upper hand. And, like, when they actually wanted to jump, perfect usage of the Phantom's Embrace so that Roche stops attacking Ramses, he gets his Blink Dagger cooldown, they find the best target on that Centaur because he's the only initiator. You don't really want to have the Death Prophet be first point of contact. The fight is over right there. You can't really fight if you don't have Stampede anymore.
This would be so crazy as well for PSG Quest to potentially be knocked out in this fashion. We've got to keep in mind yesterday, like, they were ahead of Liquid, and they were you're against the Huskar lineup where you avoided like the most difficult stage of that game, and in the end you lost to like 4 buybacks on Liquid into them getting Aegis into one rapier fight, and then the game just ending from there. And now you're up against a team which, I mean, pretty much everyone but one. Was it you actually who said Liga?
It was,
I think it was DK
DK
Truman. Yeah.
Yeah,
Who said Liga? So you know, we're all favoring PSG Quest. I'm sure a lot of people as well are. And then now down 7,000 gold. This is a best of one. You lose this, you are out.
Yeah, and I mean, at least in the Liquid game, I think you could give them an argument. Like, they actually really, they played really well Liquid. I'm not sure Liquid's supposed to win that game, but in this one, I think their draft definitely struggled a bit more. It was not as good of a draft as they had, and I'm very surprised by Liga. They are playing absolutely pitch perfect here. They didn't really get too scared, right? They didn't defend their towers. They're like, all right, guys. Oh, hello.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Ramses. All right. It was a bit sicker just to see him posturing there for too long.
I was going to say they're playing very calm, but then he definitely amps up a little bit. But yeah, there's a tier 2 mid. This is not over for sure. You still have, 3 minutes of Aegis, but I don't think Liga can even... Unless something crazy happens here, PSG Quest, they should still be able to fight after the Aegis is over.
Good
what?
For them. Look at the
They're
mines.
gonna fight in the mines.
Oh no! No way! Just the mine setup. The field they have to run through actually gives PSG Quest an opportunity to find two. And they instantly pounce on that. The read from them, just to TP in multiple members, recognizing like they cannot escape. The supports were stuck. They didn't know where to run. They had to run back towards like PSG Quest side of the map for them to actually then find another angle out. So almost like I'm gonna remine this area up.
Yeah, it definitely feels like that's what they want to do. And already Omar gets back into mine duty here. Yeah, this is great. It's gonna waste a little bit of that Aegis duration. They're only gonna have one fight in Liga, and because there's tier 2 towers bottom and mid, I think their barracks are safe, at least for the recent future here in Quest.
But still, does this game get any easier though for PSG Quest?
I think it does, honestly. I feel like you get to a point where DP has enough armor and HP where the Sven can't really burst you as he was doing in those fights. The Wind Ranger finishes the Nullifier, although she did stop for a Dragon Lance, so it does slow that timing a little bit. I definitely feel like Sven can fall off this game. So he's also really farmed. So one fight where Quest gets a lead, this Wind Ranger, oh, there you go, finds like 4,000 gold, and you kind of get closer in net worth. Things can change, but Liga, they're not really making many mistakes. So it's on Quest to force them or just play out of their minds.
They're still feeling quite strong down the Aegis advantage. Quest were considering about setting up a little bit of a trap around this high ground observer ward. Might be a bit more difficult now. They're pinging like they want to stick around. Noob did kind of leave the team. It's a good scan from Liga though.
Yeah.
Ramses has that 25 talent too.
They do have a lot of vision here though. It is, but they're moving away from the vision into rare vision.
Uh-oh. T2000 leading the charge to give them this information. We'll start with the Gleipnir. The follow-up's going to be there from Melik as well, but the Centaur holding down too. Look at the focus fire damage, but a great arena stops TO2000 from continuing to beat onto Ramses, and he's on the outskirts of the team fight. Ramses getting kited at the moment. The focus fire is still online at TO2000 finally. They'll be able to kill the Sven, but that was the God Strength committed. And on the respawn, he will have nothing left in the tank as PSG Quest take an incredible team fight down at the south of the map.
Wow. I mean, honestly, the first big mistake from Liga, they think they can fight without their Grimstroke. He only got the fight now because he was dead. I don't think they had any business taking that fight. There was nothing to gain. There's still tier 2 towers up. But really good initiation from the Wind Ranger, right? They get the Gleipnir. He aligns the Shackle perfect. Obviously, the Focus Fire wasn't enough to kill Ramses, but that when he's using God Strength in that first life, it's when they can commit to the fight. And, you know, once you're back up, you don't really have anything. So, very nice maneuver from Quest. I was afraid that they were fighting away from the vision they had, but they had the numbers, so that was more than enough.
We see how different the fights can look as well when it's actually Quest initiating, and especially onto the Sven too. So,
like they shackled the Primo and the Sven, right? Those are the two big ones for Liga.
And seeing that replay back as well, that fight could have been so much worse if the Mars didn't spear the techies on the blast off. Like,
Sure.
I didn't notice that in the middle of the fight. If he wasn't able to land that spear, you potentially get the stun onto 2 to follow up with that double shackle initiation, and now we are dead even. I mean, yeah, okay, you've got a full set of barracks top, but you know, how much is that really going to play a factor? This net worth lead is minimally on Radiant's side now.
Yeah, that's a game where the Sven is already maxed out. Ideally, the only thing he can buy is a full Aghanim's Blessing and an upgraded Blink. Like, these are very expensive items that don't really give you the return of the other items he already has. Whereas when you look at the quest heroes, Windranger did finish the Nullifier. That's the big fight we were talking about. The difference now only 5k. This DP, way tankier, has a side of Vice as well. So the initiation on quest is even more reliable too.
Let's see, both sides need to be discussing how they are going to take this next Roche fight. Potential for it to spawn up top, though, will be still a window nonetheless where it could be bottom. It's going to depend on how fast of a Roche spawn it is.
And they have very close wards here. Radiant has a ward in that cliff, and Liga has a ward close to the Watcher. So both teams are going to be playing around, trying to bait each other in their own vision. But it looks like Quest actually not even considering this fight anymore. They do break formation. Yeah, ideally you want to fight in your big jungle. Look at how many mines they have there. You want to drag Liga and make sure that those mines do their job.
It's a long Roche spawn, so it will be top. 2 minutes until that next one is up. And, I mean, you were just highlighting the point of PSG Quest wanting to fight with their mines are currently set up.
Are scanning.
So let's see if they're going to go to top early on, or if they're still going to try and hold out for a little bit of time to potentially take a fight down bottom where they do have these mines, or if they feel like it's more important to get set up around this next Roche fight.
Yeah, I mean, because this is going to be so long, we did see Liga, for the first ages at least, waiting a fair amount, eventually just giving up and going for a fight. This could happen again. It's still a pretty long respawn timer, and we realize the Roche is nowhere to be seen yet.
Bottom, sorry. Silly.
Yeah. I knew what you meant. Okay, so Sven has Swift Blink now. No buyback. So they're going to fight. They're going to try and just go full YOLO. All of their heroes, honestly, don't have buybacks besides the supports.
They used the banner on Dial? I don't... Might have expired. I only bring that up because top's getting shoved out. This could be a nice time to use the banner, especially with the threat of next Roshan up. Pudding's going to take a little bit of damage if the creeps are able to get in.
Smoke on smoke.
Look at the Mars's position. Inside the lane with the Observer, they might go this long way around though in Quest, so potentially avoiding the current setup that Liga have.
Yeah, and they're gonna have a scan in 10 seconds, so that's huge for Quest. You might even wait a little bit in your initiation to make sure you know where they are.
Nice scan.
They know they're not in the
read.
pit.
Carlos wants to give them the vision.
Oh, those wards though.
They didn't see it. And now Malik once again is going to find the opening. A quick and easy kill into the support. Now they'll look for more as well. Where's Ramses? Now he's going to jump into the middle. They've been able to isolate the Wind Ranger with the damage from Ramses. TA2000. He's going to be forced to buy back if they can try and make him into the team fight. He'll be coming back shortly thanks to the Radiant Outpost. Now Ramses is in some danger. Wants to stand strong. Their turn. Hang on a second. They got the Soul Bone on the Wind Ranger. Ramses recognizes his job. Gets the die back. And the tip in the middle of the team fight as well. It's just a question of can they get out with their own lives because the car.
Freezing field.
Look at the freezing field. It's still going. He's going to be rewarded, or will he? Ramses turns for the Satanic. There's no way. There's no way he can live through it all. The Hex is out, stopping some of the bonus health from coming back, but here comes the Dino back from the grave, giving Ramses some moments of peace to be able to escape to the northern side. They'll lose the Mars, but Ramses, he's ready to go in a couple of seconds. Doesn't need the Satanic now to stand strong. He's still going to be close. Malik has got a decent amount of damage, and Malik does actually get the kill into the Centaur, but the damage is dealt. Liga What an incredible team fight for them down at the bottom side of the map once again.
How many heroes even died? 4 buybacks total. So that's like 12 heroes dead in this fight. And no one's gonna be victorious. It's only the offlaners alive. They're still fighting, by the way.
Yeah, and I think Ray will probably win. Okay, Malik's got BKB, he's fine. Is he?
Radiant's middle tower is under
Okay,
attack.
so
And look at the base as well. I mean, tier 4 tower's gone down with all this going on as well. So you damage the buyback statuses, a lot of kills, and also an objective.
So when you look at Liga, they have 2 50-second timers here. I wonder if they actually fix this top lane. If you can just brute force with Focus Fire Roshan, because you do have the TPs in much easier in that area. I wonder if that's something they're gonna try and do. Because if you don't do that, I feel like taking another fight like that probably still benefits Liga. You could see that Wind Ranger doesn't even have a buyback, so giving her the Aegis is also super important.
I'll take that.
Yeah, there you go. They're gonna TP. VAR's coming though.
And they are coming. Unfortunately, you're not going to have all 3 current members alive to be able to stall out this Roche.
Oh, this is gonna be close. This is gonna be close.
They'll get it. They'll get it. Not everyone's there fast enough. You really needed those current members alive to be able to stall it out with maybe a couple of spells getting spammed, but unfortunately, Tier 2000 gets that all-important Aegis off the buyback from that previous team fight. That was 3rd Roche as well, so Malik also holding the Refresher Shard for the Centaur. Might give it over to Noob, who is 25.
Yeah, I think so. He even has the extra Exorcism Spirits. That fight was so tough on TA 2000. He got vised by the Mars into the Spear, so he never got to Wind Run. Then he buys back and he got held by the Soulbind. He never really had a chance to do damage or to even hold himself against this Sven. But with the Aegis, I do feel like, especially if Quest has the initiation, he should have the advantage now with the Vise on the DP, with this Nullifier on the Wind Ranger.
His DP damage output is going to be very high if she's able to have a prolonged team fight. Prizma,
Alright.
I really wonder if Scepter is something you're considering next for Noob.
Yeah, it's a really good Scepter game. But Parasma is also nice. He does have that Witchblade, right? And you don't need another slot. Oh, there you go. He actually did buy it. So, will Ramses buy his shard to allow Warcry to be undispellable, or is he a greedy little carry?
He's got it.
Oh, he just bought. Okay, never mind. Yeah, there you go. It's really good against the Nullifier.
A little bit of value versus the Death Prophet as well. Oh, a lot of mines.
Okay, they're gonna get the top tier 2 tower. Showing TA 2000 there. Also has eggs on the Wind Ranger. So, I mean, honestly surprised it didn't came earlier, but at 45% physical reduction makes things much harder for Ramses now. I think that is the big thing that kind of turns this matchup around.
Dire's structures are fortified. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
They're coming back for Pants, man.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
He pretty much got
Just
the
the
tier 3 by
first
himself.
TP.
Oh,
Is he? No, is he actually going to get out? Oh, that's so
lucky.
much space. That's so much space, dude. Takes a tier 3 tower. You TP 3 heroes down bottom as well. And you're continuing to waste the Aegis, which is going to be down in 2 minutes 10 now.
yeah. I mean, it's tough though, right? Because going high ground when you don't have buyback on TA is still very risky. But yeah, I think this, if you really want to play safe, and if their read is that they have the better late game, it's probably better to just chill and wait your buyback out. At best, you go for a tier 2 tower, you go for a fight that you have more numbers. But going for a 5 versus 5 can be really risky.
Do you agree with the current probability at the moment from Dota Plus? It's saying 58% for Liga at this stage in the game.
I think so. I think most because there's on TA2000, but once that resets, I would assume Quest is even or even slightly ahead. And I think that's still gonna, like, if the gold advantage stays similar, I would assume they're gonna slowly get higher and higher. I think this Wind Ranger becomes a big problem with this Focus Fire being such a low cooldown now, having the Nullifier, having these Lincolns as well, so even the eggs that Sven has, it's not gonna matter. You have to use the Blowthorn to break the Lincolns to potentially dispel the Wind Run, but as Milan said, BKB also doesn't allow that to happen.
We are seeing, though, PSG Quest having some difficulties with their side lanes. I mean, Pentum having this ninja gear, really enabling the Pugna to be a bit of an issue. Might even, off the back of that, get a bit of a free kill onto Carlos. And yeah, it's going to reveal that the rest of Liga was smoked outside the base, so it is unfortunately smoke for Dire where they don't really convert on too much. This is going to be an opportunity for Melik now to reshove out that top side. You get mid also pushed in from tier 2000.
So the thing is, Aegis is going to expire in a couple of seconds, and they know this Crystal Maiden doesn't have a buyback for like 50 seconds. I wonder if Liga is considering to at least poke this high ground, right? You don't need to use God Strength, but you can slowly use the Nether Blast. Is that the plan here?
You got to hope that the timers are perfect, because the Wind Ranger is going to be down for a little bit. I mean, by the time she potentially dies again, it'll be back up, but
yeah, they're slowly going for it. Maybe get a range barracks. I like this. You force everyone back. You make sure, like, you already have the lane advantage because of the barrack stop. So you have a lot to gain from just staying here. Yes, that's enough for them. Yep. They're gonna go for another Vise on the Primal here, so the initiation already really scary with the Vise on Vor, and he pretty much has a refresher. If he wants to commit for this, he can. Just needs to give up on the Soul Ring.
what's his neutral item? Trickster. I was gonna say if he needed some mana, but
yeah,
Soul Ring should be fine.
It's not ideal.
The lanes are in a very good position currently for Dire, so they can continue to posture pretty aggressively on the map.
Do they have all of their shards already on Liga? They do. So even Tormentor doesn't necessarily benefit them that much. And on Quest, they still need the Wind Ranger one. And I mean, DP's. I'm surprised DP doesn't have her shard.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
It's pretty decent, right?
Yeah.
Maybe
it's
just saving for
definitely not
buyback here. Yeah.
Alright, 50 minutes in. Haven't seen a big team fight recently. 6,000 net worth lead for Liga. You are going to buy out on the Mars. Bottom lane, alright. Pantomime. Exo's going to get committed for Noob as well. A pretty heavy investment considering even Stampede was committed from the Centaur, so a couple of ultimates down the drain.
Yeah, I want... is this some sort of plan here? Do you sell your bottle, buy a refresher, and bait another fight with a smoke? He's not there just yet, I think.
They gave him the refresher shot, though, at least.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that does make sense then. If Liga tries to force this, you can still surprise them. Although his lots are lacking, right? You don't have the Blink Dagger. I guess you can always just backpack it and initiate.
Alright, looks like we are going the distance. I mean, both sides not wanting to try and eke out a slight advantage. I say that though, Quest gonna try and smoke outside the base.
Okay. We try and use that refresher. Still holding on to it though. They want to make sure they have the perfect fight until Noobs commits the item. Roche, 8 seconds. We'll see if it's going to benefit Liga here and they're gonna force this refresher shard, or if they'll gonna be able to have time to wait. Oh, that's the longest Roche possible.
MZ's. Alex
hello?
gonna jump in aggressively, blindly gets the Sven. But where's the rest of the team to be able to follow up on the initiation? T2000 trying to deal with Pantomime's gonna run through the arena. Can the rest of the team follow though? This Wind Ranger without a BKB duration, they're gonna have a second round in the arena. Ramses is gonna love this opportunity just to beat onto the carry. The buyback is out, the counter is there. Melik with the double stun, and now Noob is just freely right-clicking. This deep piece damage late game is something that Liga had to fear. They didn't respect it. Noob will punish them, and Rabel's gonna die in the pit as well.
I was so terrified for TA2000 in that fight. He just dove, he crossed the arena to kill the Pugna, was totally out of position, but it allowed Noob to get all of his spells off, and you can see, like, once this Wind Ranger and this Death Prophet are tankier, and obviously Ramses' damage isn't scaling for a long time now because he's been 6 slaughtered for a while, you do start to gain an advantage in the fights. I feel like he invested a lot in control with the Vice and Refresher, even Vice on Primal, but they need more damage now. Hunterman? Hello?
Yes, yeah, we can speak about live. He's on trying to just stall this game out as much as he can.
Yep.
I mean, we saw what happened in that team fight. You take a spot in the deep corner of the right bottom side of the map, and unfortunately it just wasn't enough in the end. Noob just goes completely uncontested. An incredible team fight from Death Prophet. We really get to see how much damage she's truly able to do. And so back why we see Pantomime is dead. I mean, he did a great job to cut the wave. Unfortunately, that's his dieback. I mean, well, the Primal Beast has still got his dieback death timer from when he brought back at that like previous Roche fight. So he's still down for another 50 seconds. This will be a full set of barracks bottom, probably a full set of barracks mid lane as well. They might even push it for T4s.
I mean, Click Rebel, he's 100 gold away. Honestly, if this Pugna just gets the bounties there, maybe that was a better play than cutting the wave. Look how many bounties there is on the Dire side.
Maybe Mars will get it, or Grim, someone definitely. You have to be communicating that.
You really do. But I mean, your buildings are gonna fall fast. That is a 16-second focus fire here. They will commit their first glyph. They still have another one. So maybe this isn't as bad as it looks, but you definitely won't have Pugna for whatever fight. Oh, they don't even force this. Okay. Maybe they feel like there is buyback on Primal.
Dire are scanning.
It definitely is now.
Oh yeah.
It's gonna be. Unfortunately, Roche is not up as well. They will have a bit of a window where it's going to be a 4v5.
Could definitely be a dire Roche. So Liga does have a slight edge now. And yeah, Ramses can still eat his eggs. I guess he sold his boots, but he's going to have to eat the eggs and get this Daedalus. That's his last, like, power spike. And even then, if he gets the Aegis, you're not going to be able to carry all of the items. He's going to have to probably backpack the BKB.
And it is going to be a concern on if he gets kited inside the team fights. That is where the Daedalus might potentially counter that, because he could just blow someone up, but...
Are they late?
Unfortunately for Liga, yeah, they're too late. I think. 1J, they're going to run it.
Oh, the spear misses!
Miss on the spear, they'll still be able to get the kill. Rainbow tries to go in with the Aegis, it's still on the deck, someone needs to pick it up. Who's gonna get it?
He got it! He got it!
Randomly got it, no way!
What?
No way, Rabel got that Aegis! Have they got vision though for Noob? Ducking under the cover of the Glimmer Cape, he's gonna be able to escape down to the south. Ramses though, finds a cast, now TH2000 stuck inside the arena! Are you serious? That's a dieback on TH2000. They're gonna lose their Death Prophet. They're crumbling, Bowie! They are crumbling, everyone's caught. One last hope of the potential buyback out of Noob, but is Malik even going to be able to survive? He's not. Rabel, the man of the team fight, gets the Aegis, stops the Centaur, TP at the buzzer. No
TA2000 misclicked the cheese, so he couldn't pick up the Aegis, and somehow this Primal picks the Aegis 5 seconds after Roshan falls. Even though, like, the fight initiated so poorly for Liga, they missed the spear. It felt like there's nothing there left for them. But yeah, no buyback on this Wind Ranger. And this is a 4-minute buyback. This could be the end here for Quest. There is Glyph, but their second Glyph was already used, so
look at this, look at this.
Megas.
They're going to try and force a fight before they actually get set up with the formation. A heavy investment to try and jump
No.
Ramses, who didn't get the buyback with the BKB still cooldown for 10 seconds. Ramses, though, he can try and turn with the Satanic. He's not right-clicking at the moment. The Frostbite stopping him from getting that health back. But the important thing is they used everything for the Primal Beast, and now once they go in off the respawn, PSG Quest will not be able to do it 3v5s, and there is something about Roche fights for this team back-to-back